Have you heard of the curse of the boyfriend sweater? Today, we're going to talk about what it is and how to avoid it. Hello, and welcome to Bla Bla Black Sheep, a weekly yarny podcast where I, Sarah Korth of SEK Handmade, talk all things yarny. If you have a topic you'd like for me to cover, there is a link in the show notes that will take you to a place where you can enter a question. And then I go over those every once in a while, and I would love to answer your questions. I would also love it if you would subscribe, turn on notifications, like this video, give me a comment. I really want this to be a community, and I love seeing what you have to say about the topics we discuss. Today, I'm wearing my Odessa gray shawl. This is a really uniquely shaped shawl. I'm calling it, what am I calling it? Poncho, like a poncho and a shawl. It wraps around really nicely so you can wear it almost like a poncho or a cardigan, but it's out of Blue Sky Fibers baby alpaca yarn, and oh, it is so soft and drapey. I love it so much. I decided that for this video I needed to kind of get in a little bit of a Valentine's Day theme, so I got my hot pink sweater on and these gorgeous earrings, you guys. These are by Hillside Studios and they are just stunning. Look at all the detail on those little flowers. I love the bold colors. They're super lightweight and easy to wear. She is an artist from Iowa, which is where I am from. Why can't I get my earring on? And she's got lots of really amazing earrings, so go check her out. All right, so let's dive into today's topic. What is the curse of the boyfriend sweater? With all of these things, this is something that has like a little bit of truth to it, but of course is also like kind of tall tale-ish or old wives' tale-ish. So the idea is that if you knit or crochet a sweater for your boyfriend, you will break up. The act of making the sweater curses your relationship and it will definitely be doomed. Of course, like many of these myths and old wives' tale, there, is a kernel of truth to it. But of course, just because you make a sweater for someone you love doesn't mean you're going to, break up. I think the idea behind it is that when you hand make a sweater, you put a ton of time and energy and thought and love into it. And if the person you make it for doesn't receive it with the right amount of reverence and excitement and joy and doesn't wear it enough, there grows a seed of resentment that eventually works out in you breaking up with that person. Of course, I would like to take a small minute to advocate for talking with your partner. If you make a sweater for your partner and they don't wear it or don't appreciate it, talking with them is a better way to work through that than just breaking up with them. Of course, you're a smart person, and I'm sure you already knew that. Also, I would like to say that you do not have to show your love through Handmade. My husband so appreciates my handmade work. He supports my small business by doing all sorts of things, being primary parent while I'm teaching classes, encouraging me to do big, scary things, giving me all the extra time I might need to work on projects and to get things done. He is wonderfully encouraging. And while I do love bragging on him, that's not the point. I also make no handmade things for him, and here is why. He does not wear them. Now, he doesn't wear them not because he doesn't appreciate them, but because he appreciates the time and energy so much that he is terrified to wear things I make him for fear that he will ruin them. We have come to this realization by communication. So he's fine with me not making things for him because he doesn't want to have the fear of ruining them. And I'm not going to spend my time making things for him if he's not going to wear them. So we've come to that agreement. But what if you want to make something for your partner, but you don't want to make a sweater? I have 5 great pattern suggestions that even though Valentine's Day is only like a little over a week away, you could still whip these up, gift your partner a handmade gift for Valentine's Day? For Valentine's Day. The first pattern I want to suggest is my Hatcher hat. This is a great unisex pattern. I made it in some pretty bold colors, but obviously you could make it in whatever colors you'd like. This is a great 2-color hat, so this would be great for like team colors or school colors, or even just some fun favorite colors that they have. It's made in a worsted weight yarn. It works up really quickly. Once you get in the groove of working the stitches, it's just so speedy and so fun. The pattern also comes in a brimmed and a brimless version, so you can choose whichever you think your partner might like best. The next pattern that I have chosen, I think, is both a little bit hilarious and a little bit ingenious. This is the Beer 30 mitten by Christine of Sweet Potato 3. This is for your loved one who wants to take their beverage out and about, but it's cold outside. It's a combo mitten for one hand and koozie mitten for the other hand. I think this is just really fun. The mitten is made of, let's see, it's also made of worsted weight yarn. It can keep your hands warm while you're holding your beverage. I also love that the beverage holder one has a base to it, so your can isn't gonna like slip through your hand. Also, this does not have to be for someone who drinks. You do not have to put a beer can in here. It can go for your seltzer water or even your coffee or hot chocolate. We have lots of ice fishing around here, and this would be genius for ice fishing. I say never having ice fished a day in my life. My next suggestion is the Newburgh tie by Amber of Amber Bliss. This is just a fun, quick little pattern. I don't know how many people still wear ties, but how fun that if you had a special little date night that your partner could wear this tie and you guys could go out and have some fun. This tie pattern does come in several sizes, so you could make it for any of your loved ones, big or small, who you might want to put in a little handmade tie. This pattern uses fingering weight yarn, but it is a beginner-friendly pattern. Super simple, just rectangle that you can totally master by next week. My fourth pattern suggestion is the Academia book cover by Bonnie of Woodland Stitchcraft. This is a great pattern, and I was thinking of my partner who loves to video game. You could adjust this pattern to be for a book, a tablet if they like to read or play on a tablet, and I'm wondering if you could even adjust it for like a little video game console. Might be fun to try. Last but definitely not least, you guys, I love this idea so much. I have the hat display, again by Christine of Sweet Potato 3. If you have a person in your life who loves to wear hats, what a great way to store them in beautiful storage, but out where they can be seen and found and have a special little place. My husband doesn't wear hats so much anymore, but my oldest definitely does, and it is constantly getting set somewhere and not put away. So this would be a great gift for him. I want to be real clear that I understand that I have chosen all gifts that are more male focused. I did that for two reasons. One, my partner is a male, and we're talking about the boyfriend curse. So that's part of the reason why I chose more male-oriented patterns. The other reason is, let's be honest, I think men are harder to figure out, and there are fewer patterns out there for them. So that's why we're focusing towards men. However, I want to say that I understand that not everyone's partner is a man, and that I welcome people in all relationships and all genders here, and I want this to be a safe and welcoming place for everyone. I also want to say that whether you are celebrating with gal pals or a special someone or your kids or your parents, I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day if that's something you enjoy celebrating. Just a couple quick announcements. Who Gives a Scrap is going on right now. This is our fun February event where we're gathering up all of the little leftover bits and bobs of yarn that we have from all the projects we've made over the years, and we're working to use those up in some really special projects. Speaking of special projects, I have 4 new patterns coming out tomorrow that are designed specifically to use up those scraps. So if you'd like to be reminded about those patterns and get the very best discount code, go ahead and go to the show notes, sign up for my newsletter, and you'll get a newsletter reminding you when they come out. Also, quick reminder, links to everything are in the show notes. Patterns that I mentioned, yarn that I mentioned, it's all there. You don't need to go hunt it down. Just check out the show notes. I would love to know if you have made a sweater for a loved one and whether it was appreciated or not, and if you plan to make something for a loved one this Valentine's Day. Somebody couldn't wait to the end of the video. He had to come visit. Obviously, I will not be making something handmade for my husband, but hopefully we'll have a special dinner or something. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have an amazing week. We will see you back here next week. And until then, happy crafting.